Chapter 4 of Birds of the Air by Arabella B. Buckley. Recorded for LibriVox.org. Chapter 4 Birds' Eggs. When you have looked at several birds' nests, you will want to see what the eggs are like. Try first to find those which are near your home. Some are so well hidden that you will have to watch where the old birds go in and out before you can find them. Others, like the nests of rooks, magpies, and jays, are easy to see, but not easy to reach. Do not take the eggs. Each will hatch out into a happy little bird, and if you carried the egg home, it would only be broken. Your teacher will very likely collect one of each kind, which will do to show the class for many years. But look well at the eggs in the nest. Then you will know them again when you find them in another place. Count how many there are, and notice if any more are laid afterwards. Then reckon how long the eggs are being hatched, after the last one is laid. You will find it is about a fortnight for the small birds, and a day or two longer for the rooks and pigeons. Then you can watch the feeding of the young birds, which we shall talk about in the next 2 lessons. It is better not even to touch the eggs, for some birds, like the wood pigeon, will desert their nests if the eggs have been handled. Other birds are not so particular. Mr. Kirton tells us that when he was a boy he used to find plovers' nests and amuse himself by turning the large end of the egg into the middle of the nest. As soon as the tidy mother came back, she always turned them round again with the points in the middle. The baby bird always comes out at the large end, so this gives them more room as they hatch out. If you have a laurel hedge in the garden, you may find a thrush's nest in it, with 4 to 6 beautiful blue eggs, about an inch long and spotted with black at the large end. See picture, page 10. The mother will scold you well, and perhaps will not leave the nest, and you will have to take your chance when she is away. You may find a blackbird's nest not far off. You will know it from the thrush's nest because it is lined with fine roots and grass, so is not hard inside. The eggs are greener, with red-brown spots. The missel thrush generally builds in a tree, and her eggs are a light buff color, spotted with reddish-brown and pale lilac. The chaffinch will build close to your house or in the apple trees of the orchard, and a pair of bullfinches may make their nest in the ivy of the old garden wall, though they are shy birds. The chaffinch's eggs are a pale brown-green color with brown spots. See picture, page 20. They are about 1/3 the size of the thrush's egg. The bullfinches are a pale blue spotted with brown or purple. Be careful when you look at the bullfinch's nest, for though the mother will sit still, the father will be angry, and he may make her desert her nest if he sees you. You will have to get a ladder if you want to see a martin's nest, for they build under the eaves of the house. And when you pull away a little of the nest and look in, make sure that you see the right eggs, for a sparrow will often take a martin's nest and lay her eggs in it. You can find out by watching which bird goes into the nest, but if you cannot do this, you may know by the color of the eggs. A martin's egg is white, without any spots upon it. A sparrow's egg is gray with brown blotches on it. When the sparrow builds her own nest, it is made of straw or hay lined with feathers. It has about 5 or 6 eggs in it. It is easier to look into a swallow's nest than into a martin's, for it is not covered at the top, and is often put upon a rafter in a barn. It will have about 5 white eggs in it, with dark red patches on them. Watch these nests carefully, for when the eggs are hatched it is very pretty to see the old swallows teaching the young ones to catch flies. See picture, page 45. We must not forget the robins, though I expect you know their eggs well. They are white, spotted with light red, and you may easily find them, for in the spring there is a robin's nest in almost every bank or hedgerow. You may look for a tomtit's nest in all sorts of strange places, from a hole in a tree to a flower pot which has been thrown away. There will be a number of little white eggs in it, speckled with red. The mother will hiss and peck at you to prevent you from taking them away, but in a few days she will not be afraid, for she is a bold little bird. You must learn to look for other eggs yourselves. In the barn you may find the owl's large white eggs, and sometimes young birds and eggs together. In a bank of a river or a hole in a wall you may find the nest of a water wagtail, with grayish-white spotted eggs. The rook's bluish-green eggs sometimes fall down from their nest, and the jackdaws will build in your chimneys. When you have spent some time hunting for nests and eggs, you will notice how cunningly they are hidden by the color and their marks. Wherever you find white eggs like those of the owl, the martin, the woodpecker, the kingfisher, and the pigeon, they are either quite hidden in a bank, a tree trunk, or a deep nest, or they are high up out of reach. Most other eggs are spotted, and they are either some shade of green or gray or brown, like the moss and leaves and twigs of the nest. In any nest you can find, see how many of the eggs grow up into young birds. Choose one nest each, to watch and see which child can count up most young birds. End of Chapter 4. This recording is in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org.